Hey yo guys, I'll be back with another video. You feel me? Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I do hope you enjoy the video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Woman punches streamer in the face and gets rewarded for it.
I said this once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it for a third time. Being a streamer in 2025 with this new wave of IRL content, going out there, getting these clips and everything like that is going to have backlash, is going to have ramification, is going to have consequences for others that is not intended for them. But just because there's a bad connotation behind streaming, you might end up like this.
All right, well, that won't even be a thing. Excuse you.
What? You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you.
You can have some.
You said excuse me, but it's like it's how you say it. Like people think just because they like say it, like, bro, you can't just push me out the way and be like, excuse me. That's not manners. That's rude as hell.
Manners.
Manners would be like, you know, maybe you slide by or you sit behind me like, hey, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Or you go around me without pushing me, excuse me.
Excuse you.
You can have some manners.
Of course, I ain't even trying to be that guy, bro. Cause I genuinely be getting mad when I see people be like, of course it's this race, of course it's that. Like, that genuinely be making me mad. Cause I'm like, bro, y'all act like it's only, you know, colored people that do this. You feel me? Like, stop it. It genuinely makes me mad. But sometimes when I see some stuff like this, I be like, dang, bro. Like, y'all just make us look worse and worse, like, as the day goes on. Like, of course it had to be a black girl who did this. Like, if I did, like, I didn't even see the video, and I just had a feeling that it was a black girl, bro. Like, if I could have never watched this video a day in my life, and I could have never heard about this, and I would have assumed, right? Or I could have just read this, right? Never seen the video, and I would have assumed it was a black girl. Like, just for the simple fact, like,
Oh, wow.
And I hate it, bro. I hate that that's how it is, bro. But we got to be better as a people. And the cops are right there, too. So what are they doing? These niggas is useless. How are the cops? It's three cop cars. That might be four, but there's 3 cop cars. Like,
See what I'm saying, bro? I should really you up.
See, I would have. I would have. If it was me, 1, 2, 3, uppercut, body, uppercut again, coming right up. Right when I go to the bottom. Actually, I'm coming up with this hand because I'm going to put all that force. Boom. Then I'm a slammer. No, let me stop. It's too much. That's extra now. But she getting fucked up.
Jesus. Now, I'm not saying he deserved that, but that was streamer Jay Relly who got punched in the face by a woman as he walked out of the club. She walked out of the club. He literally just asked her politely to have some manners, you know, when she was saying, excuse me, and he just got straight up hit in the face. To be honest with you, when she said, excuse you in that rude manner, normally I would just let those types of things go. I mean, those types of people have no sort of manners. Those types of people are disingenuously trying to bring attention to a situation that doesn't have to be a situation, and ultimately it escalated to something like that because she was looking to start a problem, period, point blank. What's funny to me is this creates a whole conversation about double standards. I mean, literally, she threw water on him, threw a drink at him, punched him in his face, and she did this not only on film but in a public place and space, and it seemed to be cops around.
You know why there will always be like double standards? Because here's the thing, right? Look at it like this. There's some things that women can do where they can necessarily get away with it. And the same thing goes for guys. Like, for example, here's a prime example. A guy could go in and talk to 10 girls at one time, right? And all of his friends, everybody at the school, yeah, bro, this guy gets all the hoes, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for some reason, this guy be talking to, like, multiple girls every day. Like, I've seen girls literally fight for this dude. You know what I'm saying? We would applaud him for that because it's just like, damn, this nigga get hoes. But if a girl was to do that, she's a hoe, thought, Trish. I don't know if we're able to say that, but yeah. And whatever else you want to call her, right? That's prime double standard right there. There's just some things guys can get away with, and there's some things girls can get away with. Now, does that make it right? No. But there will always be double standards because some things, it's just like, when you look at it, it's like when a girl does it, you're like, And then when a guy does it, you might be like, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the world we live in. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to say it's not serious, but That's what it is.
It seemed to be, obviously people walking
But that's the
around,
first thing people always go to,
viewing
like,
this
oh,
in real
well, if it
time,
was a
and
guy,
nobody
if it was a
did
girl,
nothing.
you know.
Excuse you.
You can have
What
some
you talking
manners.
about?
You can have some-
Like I said, excuse you.
She was
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Step back. Hold on. Philly shell. Philly shell. Step back. I don't even do the Philly shell, but I would have did it just to look cool. Philly shell. Step back. Shoulder roll. Turn off with the two. She would have been fried. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Let me give y'all a better. Ooh. Oh, boom. Ah, shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna let this play.
I should really you up.
So that's how they're growing so fast. They're hiring freelancers. Look what
She
they're
would've
doing
been
with AI
fried
experts.
if it was up to me.
I mean, the only one who grabs up the young woman in this situation is her friend, but there is
Thank
literally
God.
police cars right
That's
there.
what I'm saying. Like,
There's
what they
police
doing?
sitting outside of the bar. There's a plethora of people outside, and nothing happens. I can only imagine if the roles were reversed and
yeah.
Jay Relly was the one to
If I
put his
would
hands
have
on
started beating that ass boy, they would have had to interrupt then. They would have had to. The way I would have been going.
her or throw a drink in her face, this would be the biggest commotion on that block. He would have not only got pounded out by the people on the street, but he would have also been arrested by any officer
that's when I
standing
would've
there.
just started
And
shooting.
the hell he would have to pay on
on
social
GTA.
media. It would be a whole nother conversation. But because this was a man, it was made for, public consumption. It was funny. The laughs were there. The jokes were there. And resident internet comedian Queens Flip decided, I'm going to make content out of it. Why not?
Hey!
How are you?
What's your name?
Well, Maija.
Maja. Hey, it's my surprise. Come in, Maja. Everybody keep their hands to themselves. Everybody. Why, Maja?
I'm sorry, like, for real, like, generally. I was emotionally drinking that night. I'm not trying to have no excuses or no shit, but, people go through stuff, and that night, I literally just was drinking everything.
Everybody goes through stuff, all right? Just because you drink or however you're feeling doesn't give you the right. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, if I'm going through something and I go drink a full bottle of Hennessy, I'm drunk out of my mind. A bottle and then I drink another bottle, so a bottle and a half, and I go out and kill somebody, do you think they're going to be like, well, dang, he was emotionally hurt and he was just going through a bunch of stuff. Dang, maybe we should let him off the hook. No, you're still going to jail for murder.
I wasn't really mad at you about that because I already know how I get. Because I know you was intoxicated. I know people say that's not an excuse, but sometimes that's an excuse.
That's not
You're
an excuse.
human. I know you make mistakes, so I really wasn't that mad.
Let's go hang out. We about to go hang out. I'm gonna take y'all somewhere. We
Hang
going.
out. She would have had to suck my balls or something. like something got to give, brother. Something got to give.
Hang out.
See, like when we posted up like this, hand would have been on buns. Something got to give.
We are a family. It's love with y'all. Three-way hug.
He is not free.
What is this? I hate to be
up.
that type of dude, but just think about if
I
the
don't like
roles
hide
were
him.
reversed.
Stop, baby. Don't. I mean. Don't. Maija, whatever. Don't show your boobs. Stop. Put him down. Just to get it.
This is some sort of
Stop.
entertainment.
I'm
Would
trolling, guys.
Queens
I'm chilling.
Flip be
I'm trolling.
having
I'm
the
trolling.
dude who
Calm down.
punched a woman in the entertainment bus, the tour bus, and filming it on YouTube?
Imagine
and,
she would have got in there and he just would have, like, as soon as she sat down, he just turned around and started just like beating her ass.
broadcasting it like this? Why do we consider this to be something for laughs and giggles and jokes and stuff like that? I talked about this a couple of videos ago where content creators are getting into their humiliation game, where they are sitting there being
I can't lie. I would never do it. I would never ever do it. But if you're telling me right now, hey, just do a couple things, it's gonna humiliate you a little bit, but it's gonna be forgotten, bro. To get some fame, to get some money, I might. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what it is. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy because I got too much dignity.
humiliated publicly on camera
You
in
know what
order
I'm saying?
to gain likes, views,
Like, it ain't gonna be nothing like gotta let this dude beat you up or something. Like, it wouldn't be nothing like that.
attention, et cetera, to boost their platform. One thing
But
I
it'd be
did not
something,
know
it'd be
is that
something
this is something that happens predominantly to male content creators. In fact, I can't think of too many other
Because
women.
it's just like, bro, you doing it for, I guess, for the views. I mean, it's whatever. Like, sure, just think about it, right? unless it's not a joke, like unless you're really like actually getting bullied and you're just letting it happen, then there's a difference.
Content creators
Then
who are
you gotta
consistently
say
the butt of the
something,
jokes,
but-
or people who can literally get assaulted for clicks and views. That just does not happen. I mean, look at how unserious this sit down is between the two of these people. Starting off with a fake apology from this woman, as the young man, Jay Relly, looks totally confused and kerfuffled and ambushed by the whole situation.
Why,
does.
Maja?
He does.
I'm sorry, like for real, like genuinely, like genuinely.
Maja,
I don't know if I say
this
it's
is my
fake
man Jay
apology.
Relly.
Maja.
Damn. Oh my God.
Maja, I'm Queens Flip. This is my oldest son, JR. Queens Flip Jr. Don't check him out. I got a girl.
What's so awkward about this whole encounter is that assault on men is so normalized that this young man, Jay Relly, is forced to sit in this van, accept this woman who not only assaulted him, but then
Because I mean, let's be honest. If the roles were reversed, those people would have been on the nigga ass. And you know what's crazy? If he would have been like, if he would have gave a real solid apology, and if he would have said the same thing she said, if he would have said the same exact thing she said, she would have not accepted it. She would have been like, no, you did it. She would have been ready to sue, all that other crap.
disingenuously
No,
apologize to him, not sincere at all, on Instagram or whatever the case may be,
would've not
and has
accepted
to
that.
sit here and then turn to himself, put the content on himself, and really take ownership for himself and victim blame himself and say that, yo, this is something I've dealt with for a long time. You know how women get when they get intoxicated, blase, blase, blah, as if he did something wrong.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Looking
That's
for
how
an
you get when
easier
you're
way to get
intoxicated,
that
bro. You don't need to be drinking. You do not need to be drinking.
Feel me? I wasn't, like I was telling him, I wasn't really mad at you about that because I already know how I get. Cause I know you was intoxicated. I know people say that's not an excuse, but sometimes that's an excuse. And you're human, feel me? I know you make mistakes, so I really wasn't that mad. Like, feel me? I've dealt with females my whole life. I grew
But
up around
respect him
straight
for
females. I
forgiving.
have sisters, so I wasn't mad at
I
you.
believe
about
in
that.
life. We
Boy,
should
oh
always
boy, does
forgive.
he look uncomfortable as hell.
matter
But he
what.
has to sit there because society has told him, content creation has told him, everybody has told him that he has to be the bigger and better person in this conversation. Even though if the roles were
You
reversed,
don't have
nobody
to,
would
but
be
you
giving
should.
this young man an excuse for putting hands on him.
Cause at the end of the day, like being the bigger person, you just gonna feel better about yourself. And on top of that, what's like if you're not gonna be the bigger person, you don't get anything out of it for real. I mean, you're just gonna be petty. You're gonna be mad. I mean, hey man, just being the bigger person at the end of the day, it's a good look on you for real.
Woman, he would just be getting pounded out every time that he gets outside. Like, he would literally be getting feet, hands, and everything placed on him. He would be getting blackballed off the internet. People would be calling him out. And to be quite honest with you, people would be flooding to this young woman's DMs. People would be flooding to, reward her on social media, give her anything, saying that she's so brave for withstanding this. Sorry, this thing has happened to her, etc., etc. And you know what this guy's reward is for being a part of this situation, for being the victim in this situation? Is some sort of dinner date with the young woman who assaulted him.
Can I send y'all to a dinner? Have a cameraman follow y'all. I need the footage.
Yeah, that's fine.
A nice restaurant, and y'all gotta pick a neutral place.
I like steak.
What, so like a part 2 of this then?
Yeah, of course.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
Getting a couple hours in a van where you have to listen to
Not gonna lie, bro. If the vibes was chill, I wouldn't even care that much. Like if we coolin', bro, I'd just be like, whatever. It is what it is.
some apology where
Like I
you're
said,
getting gaslit
something
about
gotta give.
what happened in the situation,
Something
a
gotta
dinner
give.
date to a restaurant of really her choosing, and then a photo with your assailant has to be the perfect way that this young man should be rewarded for getting assaulted on camera. Bravo internet,
Let me
bravo
get your
internet.
Instagram.
Now somebody
Where you
told me that
stay
she
at? Stay
apologized on her
around?
own
Got a hotel?
story, so
Hotel?
maybe her apology was much better when she was not on camera and she was less nervous or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's it. We're holding out on hope for that. But I have a feeling based off of how she's
Don't get
not
me wrong,
really
though. This whole
being held
situation
accountable
is
for her
wrong.
actions that it's not
Feel
much
bad for
better.
the dude.
But word on my mouth, I'm not justifying what I did, but be for real. You damn near antagonized me a little bit. I'm sweet as fuck. I'm a little mean, but I'm still sweet as fuck at the end of the day. I'm not just about to be out here.
I smell cat. I smell cat. Just like I can smell the fish in between your legs. Oh my gosh, let me stop. Oh gosh, cause I gotta stop. I gotta chill. I'm clip farming. I'm clip farming. She a beautiful woman. But bro, I mean, bro, just stop. Like, how you gonna say? Okay, now I see why he might have said that the fake, not the fake, that it was a fake apology, because he didn't antagonize you. All he said was, hey, you could have just been a little nicer when you said excuse me. All you had to do when you turned around, one, you could have kept walking, act like you ain't hear him, or two, you could have just turned around and been like, you right, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm going through it right now. Da 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 da. And I'm sure he would have been like, hey, I understand. It's cool. Feel better. Or you could just been like, you're right, my fault, I'm sorry. He just would have been like, oh, okay, and then you could have left.
Like that.
Right.
No. I feel like the nigga was just trying to put me on the spot. So I reacted.
Facts. It was Jay Relly's fault.
And I'm drunk. It's like, I really...
Mind you, they're put you on the spot. You had like y'all was in a classroom or something, or you was around like thousands of people. It was a lot of people in the street, but it really wasn't that many people, if you get what I'm saying. Like, most people probably weren't even paying attention to that.
At this point, I really don't even
Most
know
of people's
what
on their phone.
I'm ready on 10.
Yes.
Dude trying to fight before that. I'm on 10. And the next nigga say something crazy to me. You see what happened? Like, no. But once again, like I said, I said my apologies or whatever.
Said she bowed.
Y'all can get off my...
Okay, Shawty. I see you.
So last night he used him. Honestly, nothing.
Thank you.
Jay Relly, you heard that? It's your fault. It's 100%.
Mind you, women like this are kind of the reason that on TikTok for at least like a month straight, I think it was this year or last year, for some reason there was this whole hate train on black women. Y'all remember that? When there was this whole hate train on black women where people were just acting like they didn't like black women, and it was black dudes as well saying they didn't like black women. There were black dudes joining in on this trend saying, yeah, I don't like black girls. Making videos and stuff talking about how they like all these other girls, but black girls, nah, like it's some sort of disease or something. Like it's the black plague or whatever. Like when black girls just come, it's like a disease that you just can't get rid of.
Saying your fault that you were in that situation. You know, you didn't know that she was drunk. You didn't know that somebody else wanted to just start a fight. You didn't know that she was already on 10 before you decided to say have some manners or rebut her and her action. You didn't know any of that.
100 women versus accountability. She say not justifying it at all.
That's my boy Ashel Dior. Man, Dior a good content creator, bro.
I love his game full accountability. No, a full accountability.
I love Oeezy too, bro.
Other night I made a big mistake. I was tripping bad.
I haven't really. I think this is my first video actually reacting to him, but I watch other people react to him. Great content.
This is my fault, regardless of how upset I was. All of that. This is that and the third. What I did was wrong. I want to just express my apologies.
You lucky it wasn't me.
I'm just so
put you in a
sorry
t-shirt
for what
for real.
I did. I'm wrong. Nobody else but me. That's accountability.
This reminds me of the Michael Rainey situation that I covered a while ago on this channel, where he had gotten SA'd on Ty Lil's stream.
Everybody in here has worked a job, has more than $1 million. Y'all have never worked, y'all never did nothing. Y'all literally have 5 minutes of max in here.
Yeah.
They've never worked. You gotta think. They've never worked a job, but they can party with us.
That's disgusting. That is so.
Shut the fuck up.
And a lot of people put a lot of the blame on him, and it kind of just highlighted the differences between men and women and the interpretation.
It shouldn't have been blamed on him, because I mean it wasn't his fault. How he know his sister gonna come in there and be a little freak or be weird? You know what I'm saying? Like when you bring people around your house, that's your guest. You're supposed to have respect for that person, and you do not expect. If I bring somebody on stream right now, right, and we're talking and we're chilling, I do not expect my mom or my stepdad or my sister to come in here and touch whoever I brought, or to harass whoever I brought, or to be disrespectful to them. I expect you to respect them. They are in our home. They're in our space. I respect them to respect us, and for you to respect them. If they're respecting us and they're not doing anything wrong with us, there's no reason for you to be doing anything disrespectful to them, especially assaulting them
on the internet. It's a double standard out there, and this is a part of a bigger reason as to why men don't speak out about things, why there's no real conversations about these things, and why it continues to happen. Because you know, women like Myasia get ultimately rewarded for putting her hands on a young.
Also, that's what's wrong with girls. Like, especially like her, bro. Like you realize you just made the whole situation worse for yourself. You didn't make it better. You might think you made it better, but you didn't. You made the whole situation worse because now people are just on your dick, right? Because the whole situation it doesn't get any better. But I mean, you tell me what you guys think. But please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see y'all.